Hey guys, welcome to question FM299 of the Further Maths Fortify study guide. This question reads, organising a night market involves 4 different tasks. The table below shows the number of hours that each team member would have to complete these tasks. So we're given a table that looks like this one here at that point. We're then told the Hungarian algorithm will be used to allocate tasks to team members so that the total time taken to complete the tasks is minimized. The first step of the Hungarian algorithm is to subtract the smallest element in each row of the above table from each of the elements in that row. The result of this step is shown in the table below, and then we're given this table here. And question A says, complete the table below by filling in the missing numbers for Quinn. So looking at this top row here, what we can see has happened is that the lowest number in this row, or the smallest element, is 70. So 70 is the lowest number, and that has been subtracted from each of the elements in this row. So when 70 is minus from 70, we get 0. When 90 has 70 subtracted from it, we get 20. 70 minus 70 is 0. 70 minus 70 is 0. So moving into the next rows, what we've been looking at here in row number 2 is that the smallest number in this row is 40. So when we minus 40 from 60, we get 20. 40 from 40 should leave us with 0. 40 from 50 should leave us with 10, and 40 from 80 should leave us with 40. In our third row, we have 60 as our smallest number. So we subtract that from each of the elements here. 60 being subtracted from 60 is going to drop out another 0 for us. And in the final row, the fourth row, 90 is the smallest element. So minusing 90 from 90 will also give us 0. So we should have 3 zeros working along in a column like that. And that's part A. We're then told after completing the above table, it's decided that an allocation of tasks to minimize the total time taken was not yet possible using the Hungarian algorithm. Explain why this decision was made. Well, if we perform a line test on this stage, we can see that it's possible to cover all of the zeros there with 2 lines, which means we've failed the line test because to know that we're done with the Hungarian algorithm, we must have the minimum number of lines match up with the number of tasks to be allocated. So we're looking to have a minimum number of lines to cover all zeros. We need 4 of them. So question B, to answer that, we can say that the minimum number of lines needed to cover the zeros was less than the number of tasks. So just something that's explaining that you understand the line test and what that's all about. Question C then says, the table below shows the final result of all steps in the Hungarian algorithm, and we're given this table here. C part I, question C part I, says which task should be allocated to Rachel? So what we're going to do is look at the allocations and allocate each of the tasks to each person. So what you'll first notice is that Pippa can only take on the publicity task. So that is going to be allocated to Pippa. At this stage, now the only tasks that Rachel and Stevie can take on are bookings and then communication, which leaves Quinn to take on finances. And there's our allocation there. So the task that should be allocated to Rachel should be bookings. Part II goes on to ask us how many hours in total are used to organize for the night market. So looking at these allocations that we've created here, we can actually allocate them back at the original timing to the original timings, and then by adding all of these numbers together, we should get a final amount of time that it would take to organize for the night market. So we've got 70 plus 90 plus 50 plus 70, which should leave us with 280 hours. Once again, it's important, it's not super important in this question for us to include hours because the question explicitly states how many hours in total. So you could write 280 hours, or you could just write 280 and you would still get the correct answer in this question. Just keeping in mind to be aware of whether the question has specified the unit it wants in the question or not. That takes care of question FM299, guys. If you have any questions for us, please drop them in the comments below. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next video.